So apparently this is the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Someone was caught using this phone out in the wild at IFA this year, and what we're seeing here coincides almost exactly with a render posted by XDA a few weeks ago. Not to mention, when Huawei was showing off what its latest chip could do, their test device had a suspiciously similar camera arrangement. Probably not a coincidence, and quite possibly this was ripped straight off a Mate 20 prototype. So here are my top 5 reasons why we should be excited for this phone, and why, for me personally, the Mate 20 could very well be smartphone of the year. Number 5. Speed. It's gonna be the most powerful Android phone of 2018. The Kirin 980, which Huawei has already confirmed will power the phone, is built on an entirely new 7nm architecture, which compared to the 10nm on the Snapdragon 845 means that more transistors can be fit into the same space, increasing not just power, but also battery life. And yeah, we hear that a lot. We hear that every single time a new chip or new technology comes out, but with the Kirin 980, we should be getting performance in quite a few different areas. You've got a dual image signal processor for 46% faster camera processing, world's fastest Wi-Fi and mobile data speeds up to 60% faster than the Snapdragon 845. It also supports the fastest RAM available on a phone, and that neural processing unit that Huawei has been going on about in the Kirin 970, well, there's now 2 of them. And just before we carry on, this video is sponsored by ExpressVPN, the fastest VPN on the market. Number 4. Battery life. The battery life on the Huawei P20 Pro was great. It was every bit as good as the 4000 mAh capacity would lead you to believe. Well, Huawei has sent out a teaser that all but confirms their next phones are gonna have even more. And that lines up with a leak that says the Mate 20 is gonna come with a 4200 mAh battery, with the Mate 20 Pro something along the same lines. This is combined with an even more sophisticated AI system, which Huawei claims can better understand usage patterns and therefore predict what resources are required at any time, stretching battery life even further. Number 3. Leather back. I've got to admit, these new leather back options Huawei just announced for their P20 Pro have alone made me want to give that phone another go. And I think it's a safe bet, given how close this announcement was to the Mate 20's announcement, that those same leather finishes will also come to this phone. While I'm not 100% sold on this square camera module that the phone is supposedly gonna have, this finish would definitely somewhat compensate in my eyes. Number 2. EMUI 9.0, which is the software that's gonna be running on it. And to make one thing clear, not everyone loves it, but it'll be based on the latest version of Android, with a focus on simplification, gestures, and even further performance gains. Huawei has cut down the number of menus in the operating system by about 100. There are better app loading times, not to mention GPU Turbo 2.0, a software package that basically makes games run a lot better, but only ones that have been optimized by Huawei. Number 1. Camera. Even if the cameras on the Mate 20 were copied and pasted from the Huawei P20 Pro, that would be pretty good news. If you like the way that Huawei phones process the colors, then that setup was arguably the best on a phone this year. The zoom and the night mode especially were 2 things that just beat everything out there. Well, it looks like the company isn't settling. They've posted a teaser on their Twitter page showing the massive change from their P10 to their P20 Pro, and basically implying that their next phone will be even more than just an iterative upgrade. And nobody's really sure what form this is going to take. I've heard rumors of a 48 megapixel primary camera, but aside from that, regardless of what hardware improvements Huawei makes to the camera here, that upgrade from the Kirin 970 chip to the Kirin 980 chip alone would make a world of difference to the camera. You'll get benefits like 4K 60 frame per second video, faster image processing times, and even better noise reduction, not to mention hopefully slow motion for longer. There are a couple of things that aren't explained by the leak we saw, such as where the fingerprint scanner is, and why the flash module is on the wrong side compared to the XDA renders. But I don't think this means the leaks are false, and I can think of quite a simple explanation. The Pro version of the Mate 20, the one caught on the IFA show floor, might just be the one packing an in-display fingerprint scanner, and that XDA render we saw might actually just be flipped. So if we flip that the other way, you can see the cameras are now arranged as we saw them in the wild. And this way would actually make sense, because now the volume rocker is where it should be, where it is on most phones. So So those are the top 5 things that I'm excited about for the Mate 20 Pro. But to be honest, I kind of had to shorten this video. I could have gone on for longer. I'm not a Huawei fanboy, and sometimes their software can be a bit much. But at the same time, especially since Huawei has stepped up their game this year with the P20 Pro, the Mate 20 Pro is shaping up to be that phone that kind of has it all. Everything from the cameras, to the battery, to the power, to Huawei's supercharging, to even wireless charging, which we're apparently having this time round. The Mate 20 Pro is looking like it's gonna quite favorably stack up against Samsung's Galaxy Note 9. But time will tell on that one. Let me know what you think. Are you guys excited for the phone? Drop a comment down below and I'll be hanging around there for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and if you are new around here, it would be amazing if you could smash that subscribe button down below. Alright, so next week I'm actually heading out to China to have an early look at an upcoming smartphone. But the issue with traveling to a lot of countries abroad is that the sites you're normally used to, like YouTube, like Netflix, they either don't work or they work differently. And this is where you might want to use ExpressVPN, which not only lets you continue the same internet experience, but, as you might have guessed by the name, is consistently faster than other VPN providers. It also keeps you secure, and because your IP address is masked, your activity anonymous. It's one of those peace of mind things. You just know that you're not being tracked or targeted by ad companies, spyware, or even hackers. It's less than $7 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no harm in trying it. You can either hit up that link in the description box or head to expressvpn.com/MrWho'sTheBoss. That's expressvpn.com/MrWho'sTheBoss, and you'll get 3 months free with a 1-year package. So check out the description and start protecting your privacy now. My name is Aaron, this is Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'll catch you guys next time.